Welcome back, my friends. This is just a little tag on to the end of the last video where we looked at the rhubarb crowns that were left on the surface over the main part of the winter, and I've selected 9 crowns. This is the crown that was at the beginning that I left in, so I've uprooted it and replanted it, put in plenty of this organic manure around it. So we'll see how they do. It was well worth digging it over because I found lots and lots of roots, especially from the fruit bushes, the runners. So they're all been sliced off now, so hopefully these will do okay. So that's just a little bit of an update on the rhubarb. And I've got these in the buckets as well. As you can see, they've got the organic manure on top. But those will stay there just in case the ones on this allotment rot off. I can actually replace them. And this is what I've been using until I can get my compost all sorted. Grow Organic, it's quite a nice material. And smells, so it must be good. We've got parsnip box missing. I'll show you that shortly, guys, on the tour, but I do need to get some of these parsnips out. I do need the sand for the other containers. So let's have a look, see how the Gladiator F1s have done in this box. This is one of the other ones they've started to regrow, so I must get them out. Start in this corner. That doesn't seem very good. Well, that's all right for an ugly parsnip. Oh dear me. I wish I could edit. So they've been in a long time now, so they've got to come out. Now these will grow again this year and go to seed, so I might save one, plant somewhere else. Nice parsnip. I'll show you what I'm going to be doing in the future. So that's probably a third of the it's about 48 plots, so it's 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 6, so 4 sixes, 48. So it's 48 parsnips in there. I haven't touched many of them, so I'll be able to give a few away. And I'll say lots of people will appreciate these. So there's a sample of the few of the parsnips. Now don't forget, these were probably planted 10 months ago, 11 months ago. So they've stayed in the ground and they've done really well. And if it wasn't for that one there breaking off, we'd have 4 lovely tap roots, and almost all the same length. Wonder if you get a competition for 4 joined together. But anyway, I'm pleased with those. Let's go and have a look round and see what we've been up to. So I've moved the parsnip box from there to here. Now this bed is bed 2, which is this year's potato bed. Well, you know, I grow them in containers, so it won't really matter. There's a few roots left in, and that's good because potatoes won't be out here until about May, so we'll get the last few Swedes in. There's 2 turnips left there, and they aren't too bad. I've pulled the rest out, so I'll be stacking these two that have got the parsnips in now on to these, so it'll give me the extra depth, so I won't have to put the crowbar in so far. These are just going to be from eating, so I'll have 48 parsnips to last me the 12 months. While we're here, these are the tubs that were going in the polytunnel, but because I've got extra blue ones, I thought I'd keep the same colour scheme. So I've taken a little bit of soil out the bottom, but I can mix some ingredients there. These 4 will be for the giants, more controlled growing, and there'll be a little cover on these. These are for the show parsnips and carrots. Again, we've dug out to the bottom of the barrel. Now, William Coleman asked how deep these barrels were, and they're probably, we're looking at about 4.5 foot. I'll show you shortly in the polytunnel. But as I get these barrels, I can keep adding. Here's the surplus soil. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this soil, I'm sure. Kale's just started to show again, so I shall leave that a little bit longer. This is some of the potato compost that got left outside that I haven't done anything with. It's been so wet. I think that one will have to come out. That's the rainbow chard. This pond's doing quite well without the fish in. I haven't seen any frogs yet, but they'll be hiding somewhere. This was the salad bed. I'm hoping that by mixing some of the compost I've got and adding it to those barrels in a mix, I'll get rid of most of it. And I don't know whose idea it was when they did the ugly parsnip challenge to fill this full of stones that I've got to try and sort out. Hello, ugly parsnip. You've got a mate. Hey, let's go and put him by his friend. There we go. Some baby parsnips. Broad beans. And another one fell over. But they're doing really well. And as soon as we get better weather, I'll take this Enviromesh off. Still got a red cabbage to harvest, but we'll do a February harvest soon. The purple sprouting broccoli is just started to form now. This is what the green fly did to the other, so that can come out, as well as this one. I'm not sure whether we're going to get anything off these side shoots, but I'm not sure how the purple sprouting works. I've never really ended up with some, but if you look in there, that's where the floret's coming from. This is the brassica bed, so all this piping will come over onto this side. Hope you ain't catching the wind, guys. I'm changing the way I do the Jerusalem artichokes. That's another video. Soil I've dug out has gone into here, so it doesn't contaminate anywhere else. So if it starts growing, I know where it is. Some more purple sprout in here, and then we've got some Savoy cabbage and some pointed cabbage. Never seem to do well with cabbages, I don't know why. But I have got some sprouts. They're not massive sprouts, but that'll do. Now there's a little challenge going on with Misfit Gardening, William Coleman, and Little Dirt Never Hurt on growing some Brussels. So that's under hashtag just one Brussel Sprout. So watch out for those videos off those allotment tiers. Kale's doing well. So like I said, I'll probably leave a few here. The carrots are covered up to stop them splitting. As you can see, the wind's playing havoc, but that's just trying to stop them. I started digging this to get rid of all the old leaks, and it's just far too wet. Let's have a look at the red onions on the other side. So these are my onions. I think looks like they're electric. The tips have just gone a little bit light on them, guys. Is that anything I need to be worried about? But other than that, they do look reasonably healthy at the moment. I've never known such a wet winter here in the UK. I still haven't been able to silicone the windows back on. Mind you, with all this wind, it can escape. So we've seen this. I've dug most of the path out now, filled it in with any debris. So these two have still got to have their ingredients of my liquid plant foods put in. If you haven't seen the previous video, we've had some comfrey in this, wormery in that one, compost runoff bin in that one, and nettle plant food in that. Now, making use of the space at the back, people who've seen my videos before, the street lamp covers, we'll have a look at one that's a little bit more visible. So these are street lamp covers. The bulb goes in the top, obviously lights up, and I use the top off a plant pot to go around the plant, and basically I can water down the sides, especially with cucumbers. It doesn't disturb the roots, and with the tomatoes you can just top a bit of soil around that pot just to cover those roots that come out of the tomatoes. Not sure what I'm doing down this end yet. Still got potatoes, still got carrots. I haven't caught a mouse now in here for quite a while. In actual fact, you probably saw the last mouse. As you can see, I've tapped this and it's rotted off. So I've just got to do some temporary repairs to this side. That's one of the reasons why we changed this side of the polytunnel. I am going to leave the pineapples for a bit longer. One of my subscribers mentioned that she did end up having a pup come out the side. I'm not sure whether it was Patricia, but I will leave them until they've completely rotted off. Various stones out the polytunnel and other debris, and a little home for a mouse. So these are my compost bins. So this is the actual compost bin for all the vegetables. This is some material from a very big haul of fly tip compost that the cannabis growers use. That'll be going in with the onions and making up anything else I can. This is my homemade compost that has come from out of the potatoes. I'll let the potatoes finish it off. It's got leaf mould, spent compost bin material in with added log ashes. It's blowing a gale here, guys, and trying to snow. So if I run out of that, I still got some compost on #starting a new allotment. It's a little bit rooty, this is, but I've still got 4 bags of some really good cocoa coir, but I'll probably save that for the carrots, for the holes. And if that isn't enough, I've managed to pick up a few more bags and pots of compost. So there's a few more. That isn't too bad of stuff, actually. It's just a pity. Well, you say you're always going to have roots in it, but and they don't break down, the roots don't, unfortunately. But no, we've got plenty of compost there. I'm not going to be touching the leaf mould. That's sinking really well now, so that's going to be some really nice stuff. Let's take some shelter while it's just trying to snow. Well, this year has been a very strange year. I've had plenty to do, far much to do, but it's nice to be able to do things inside, and hopefully eventually both plot 3 and plot 1 will be reasonably maintenance free. Thanks for watching, guys, commenting, subscribing. Really appreciate the comments helping me along on my allotment journey. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.